Hello everyone, welcome to the Tier 5 Cavalry Day. Let's get it done quickly so I can get back on Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Cracking on then, let's get this over and done with. I can feel Barrett, Cloud, Tifa and all calling me. First things first, why are we doing Tier 5 Cavalry today when we don't have enough research speed-ups, etc, etc? Well, the simple reason is, well, there are three reasons. Let's go through them. Reason number one, we have this overwhelming strength thing today. I have no more buildings to do. Well, I have the stone and wood and whatnot, but I don't want to do them because it's all 2,000 gems per pop. Anyway, so we need to do this because I really want to get these 2,000 odd gems, and I can really only do it through research or training. If I do it through training, their speed ups I'm not going to be able to use to turn Tier 4 Cav into Tier 5 Cav, so it's going to have to be research. Number two, Esmeralda's Prayer, very good event to get, well, to probably get where I want to be, which is getting all these 8 extra wishing coins here. I'm going to have to get increased tech power, so in the next, I don't know, when is it now? It's the 2nd, so in the next 5 days I'm going to have to do it anyway. Number three, sometimes it's difficult for video ideas. That's genuinely a reason, so let's just crack this open now. So we're going to use our 2 and a bit days of research. Going to use generics. I know it's not the greatest idea in the world, but I do think getting the gold blueprints from the Esmeralda and 2.5k gems isn't bad at all, and you know what, it's fun. So let's just, without further ado, smash this down. There we go. Tier 5 Cav Mes A Me. Boom. Well, that's pretty good, isn't it? We can't upgrade any of them just yet. So now I'm just going to focus on upgrading Tier 4 to Tier 5. Once we get to this day here, Eva the Crusade, which I would have to get the Tier 5 Cav for anyway, then it's the 11th, I believe, is the day I'll be able to start upgrading and getting points for the privilege of doing so. Let's just get what we got. Yeah, that's 2 more Esmeralda coins. I've actually been doing pretty well with this account, and I think I've got 2 legendary materials from it so far, which is above where I'd expect. We get that too. And the nice one is the extra gems. So first things first, let's have a bit of fun in our life. 2, I would take a purple gem, purple material. I've only got 1. Wrecked. So question of the day, do we spend... Okay, well, I'm pretty certain we will end up spending 4,500 gems on this. Do we spend any more just to get to here? We're not going to be able to get much further, I don't think. I don't know if you can get to 60 from just free to play. I suspect yes, but we'd have to rinse our gems, which I don't really want to do. Remember, the wheels are coming out soon, and I need a stock of gems for that, which is another reason I'm so keen to pick up the gems here. I know speed ups are probably worth more than I've given them credit for here, but at the same time, gems are hard to come by for free to play. Trust me on that. Unless you spend all your time mining gems, then having a life is hard to come by. Rip. So what else have we got to research? Just the infantry now. Alright, I'll get something off camera for this. There's no need for us to go quickly to Woot Steel and Scootum. Our infantry march ain't going to be ready for ages, so we can take our sweet time. So Tier 5 Cav unlocked. And on to the crux of the video, which is going to be discussing last video's suggestions in the comments. They were pretty fantastic. Let me get them up and read out the ones I thought were fantastic, and we'll go from there. And we're back in the room. I don't even know if I did that last time, but I'm kind of getting in the habit of doing that. Anyway, so firstly, thanks to everyone who commented. The majority of people, I will say, just said Nevsky. And it's a difficult one because Nevsky is theoretically probably better. So let's go through some of the comments which I thought were worthy of discussion. First, the god of free-to-play players, 12-inch PvP, says, first march, I'd run Huo. Nev is better in a system of 3 to 5 marches, which you don't and won't have for a while. Very true. Nev's biggest strength is his 4th skill synergy with Joan, which you won't have functional by first wheel anyway. Very true. And his debuff. His debuff requires 3 marches attacking the same targets. In crowded fights, you can't always guarantee this. You only have 1 march to benefit, even if you could. Huo does a ton of damage, chains well, and scales well, as Nev will fall off when his debuff is matched or overshadowed by another march. Even a new metacom that debuffs 30 to 40% on active skill would largely devalue, same reason why XY is considered bad now. TLDR, Huo, a good pickup here, agree, which is kind of what I thought. And I've got to give a big shout out here to Mr. Andy Long. So I just saw a message from him saying, so just my 2 cents for you. Keep the blue cav helmet, it's better than the purple one. I was thinking, yeah, I was thinking about upgrading the gold one. What else did he say? And then he wrote basically a 17-point essay, which was, I must say, fantastic. So I'll just give you the salient points. Understand that Nevsky will be better than Huo anytime, because Nevsky has debuffs and more reliable buffs, but as a free-to-play entering SOC, you completely ignore that logic. What you want to do is get as many chaining marches up as quickly as possible, also having field viable commanders. This means in this weird situation, Huo over Nev. I'm just going to say this, Andy Long, and you know your stuff, my friend. As soon as the cav wheel comes, go and get Huo Maxim, chain with him in KVK with Huo YSG and use that same march in the field. Skip infantry, yeah, completely. When the archer wheel comes out, get Zug and get him as high as you can, but stop at 5551 for now. Hopefully 5511 or higher with VIP 14, and then chain with Zug, Richard, and Huo Heraclius. Basically, we go on saying try and get some Heraclius heads. And he makes a really good point, which I completely overlooked, I think. Like, so his suggestions are Huo, YSG, and Zuge Thutmose. I kind of forgot Thutmose would still be a thing. I'm just thinking, yeah, this 5511 Thutmose, he'll do for the first 2 KVKs, and it's see a Thutmose will never chat to you again, on my friend. But he's not terrible. I think there's quite a bit of merit in this. I mean, this is very much a stopgap. Like, obviously, endgame, we're not going to be using Thutmose, but endgame for free-to-play is very far in the distance. For the interim, maybe he's good enough. Who knows, because I completely discounted him. So these are the ledge commanders we have at the moment. The only one who's of any real value, I suppose, that's nice that we got him there, is Mehmed, but I need him for 5511. No one else here will be of any use going forward. Obviously, Richard for the Barbs. Richard is 1000, etc. at the moment. So Andy suggests 3111 for him. I was assuming you have to get him to 5 to get decent Barb killing. If I have to get into 5, I will. I'd rather stop at 3. So if you can get... Is Richard good enough at 3111 to do all the Barb killing? Let me know. So in terms of the commanders we have at the moment, the only ones usable are definitely YSG, possibly Ethel in some sense, and maybe Thutmose, which really does interest me in some way. So I wanted to bring that up because it's something I just hadn't thought about at all. What else we got from Andy? Yep, all the chaining I've got to do. Got to smash chaining. Ignore Kaz for KVK4, focus on infant archers. So I just don't run... Well, obviously I still run my Huo March. Do I run my Huo March? Get Scipio. I'd love to get Liu Chang or Scipio, and the head's always going to be a problem. Get the MG spot for Hera. Fighting with the Inf March, use Scipio YSG. You know what? I've been using Scipio YSG on my main for ages, and it's really not that bad. It's pretty fragile, but it does a lot of damage quickly. So basically, these comments were really excellent. Loads of people said Nevsky, but there wasn't really any logic behind. We've got just seen Lightfall saying Nevsky, and noob as the response. But maybe it's more 50-50, so I'm still not 100% decided. I think it's probably going to be Huo. The second question is, do we get Joan as well? I just really feel that as a free-to-play, putting... How many would it be? It'd be 200 heads in Joan isn't a good idea. I don't know why. I just feel it in my bones. You know when you trust your gut instinct? This is one of those times when my gut tells me, A, why am I doing that? And B, it just doesn't feel right. I know we'll sacrifice a bit short term, but being able to get Zhuge Liang up for KVK4 will be better, I think, than having a... Well, it's not slightly better. Joan and Huo is better than Huo or Nevsky and YSG, but I don't know, free to play, you've got to make the balance. Oh. Anyway, so I'm very interested to hear what everyone has to say. Let's have a look at this again. So we've got a decent set. I haven't got enough to crit any of these. I've been frantically seeing if there's any improvements I can make whatsoever. This isn't too far away, but it is a distant away still. We're going to get some glove blueprints and probably look to get the Dragon Breath gloves as soon as possible. There might be a egg event coming tomorrow. I don't know, because we've got the Esmeralda. It's unlikely there is, but I'm often wrong with these things. Maybe More Than Gems at the weekend was mooted as well. I don't really... let's be honest, I've got no idea. So we'll see what happens with those two. But today is the day I remember for getting Tier 5 Cav. Was it the right decision? Maybe not. But I'm glad I took it nevertheless, because now we can start getting our march of Cavs up. And here is today's final question. When I go into KVK3, should I be fighting with... Well, it's going to be Cav mainly. Should I be fighting with just Tier 5, or is that going to be too expensive for me in the long run? I kind of want to fight with just Tier 5. I'm happy using all my speed ups to upgrade Tier 4 to Tier 5, no problem whatsoever. I mean, I'll probably start doing it. There's probably a bit more merit than I'm giving credit to starting with half and half, but I think given that my equipment's not the best, my armaments are very good, and it's the same season account, I probably need all the help I can get. And I'm going to take some big losses on the resource front. Obviously, I'll lose some troops as well, but I'm more concerned about the healing cost and the healing speed up. But the healing cost, I've been told, is worse than the healing speed ups. So anyway, let me know as to that. We have Marauders coming in a few days. I'm planning to not really do Marauders. I kind of think, well, I had 400k AP the last time I checked. And I'm thinking if I want to be really competitive in Season of Conquest, I'm going to have to chain like a mofo in there. And if I don't know, spend 100k on Marauders, yeah, it's not bad. I'll sort out a load of speed up problems and whatnot. But A, I'd have two pretty bad days. Marauder days are hard work, although I don't mind them. Gives you something to do. And B, I really would lose a lot of value in socks. So I'm thinking of avoiding Marauders unless you all disagree strongly with me. Right, that's probably it for me, my friends. I'm going to go back and explore the world of Junon a little bit more. God, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is really good. I'm planning to platinum it, which I've been told is a stupid idea as it's 200 hours, but I like platinum games. On that note, I will see you all next time. It's nice to get some great comments. Thanks very much to everyone for responding. Peace out.